Okay, everybody. Today I'm here with Moses Munoz with ATD Partners out of Austin, Texas. And Moses is also good friends with Des. And so Des has made the recommendation to reach out to Moses and have Moses with us in Santa Fe and talk a little bit about TAAN membership. And also, we just want to know more about you. So, Moses, tell us a little bit about yourself, about the agency.
Yeah, definitely. I'll start with just kind of what led me to being interested in the group. I think over the last 2 years, I've been really wanting to grow my community, put more attention in that area, not so much just focused on the business. And so that really led me to conversations with Des. She said she really enjoys the group, and it sounds something that's what I've been looking for. So that's what leads me to all of you. And a little bit of background about ATD Partners. So we were founded in 2017, and we're a digital media team built for agencies. So we can handle digital strategy, planning, campaign activation, reporting and analytics. And we typically work in two capacities. It's an overflow work. So while you scale your team, we can really just handle one of those pieces or all of them. And we become your digital team to manage the activation. And so the other aspect is what we call the in-house model. So we become a extension of your team, sit on calls, participate in RFPs, et cetera, and get really ingrained in all of those things I just talked about for digital strategy planning and activation. And anything with a ad on it on a digital screen, 99% chance that we can activate across those. So that's kind of the bird's eye view of what ATD does.
And so most of your clients are other agencies. Is that correct? Not as many direct to brand relationships?
Correct, correct. So, and that's intentional, right? We're really an agency that is built for agencies. We have really good operations people, really good strategy people. We talk agency language. I don't know if we have great project managers and account managers, but I don't know if we have those account executives that really go in and handshake with the brands and things like that.
That's a challenge that many TAN members have. It's one of those roles that you can always hire for technical skills, but the skills for the human skills are something it's hard to train.
It is. It is. You can't go through a program to do that.
Right, exactly. Well, tell us a little bit about also just as a leader of your business, and do you have other partners? Are you a sole owner? Sort of what's your structure?
Yeah, so we, from the legal standpoint, LLC is structured as an S corp. So, in terms of what our ownership table looks like, there are currently four owners, with me with the majority. And then starting from below me is Drake Johnson, our COO, David Hay, our head of operations and success, and our first employee. And then we also have Alyssa Simmons, who is our second employee, who is the head of digital strategy. And then actually one more, our general counsel, Everett New, at a small percentage as well.
Right. Your general counsel handle things like consumer privacy and contracts and those kinds of things.
Mostly contracts, things like that. Since we from the ad tech side, we're ad tech agnostic. We don't really have any technology from the buying side in house, so we rely on our partners to button all of that stuff up and lean on them to make sure everything is um, private, secure, and safe.
Great. Do you work with somebody like the trade desk or something like that, or do you outsource that to a third party DSP?
So we're all hands on keyboard. So we buy in a variety of different platforms. Obviously, anything social from Meta to Nextdoor to Reddit. And then when I said we are kind of tech agnostic, that means DSPs as well. So we don't necessarily buy in just one platform. We have a hub and spoke model where it's, 80% of our programmatic might be in Adelphic or Simplify, but then the other percentages are testing and specific use cases. For example, we have a seat in Vistar, which is digital out of home only. And
Mhm.
so our team is very operationally efficient. So that the time the fact that they go in and set up something in DSP for digital out of home to save 10 to 15% on cost is one of the values we bring, versus somebody who just buys in the trade desks and then you still pay the 15 to 20% on top of a digital out of home or a social through there or audio, right? So we'll still go buy directly in Spotify as well as another example.
Right. So tell us a little bit about what you're hoping to get out of your new relationships with TAAN. What are some of the gaps maybe in your agency that you're hoping to help fill or be inspired by?
Yeah, I think just having people in the industry as a sounding board that you can, share highs and lows with, that you can uh, go to for advice. I know other business owners and things like that where you can talk about, what they believe, like cash flow best practices, all of these other things, but not necessarily, hey, how are you tackling AI questions for advertising? What's your stance? Like, do you have any advice on like this HIPAA compliance for a new advertising campaign? That kind of stuff that is more geared towards advertising. Even some of the sense of from that specific type, but even how do you handle conflict amongst leadership within your groups, right? Just nice to, like I said, grow the community among peers and look for sounding boards across those different things.
It's interesting. Some of the agencies have advisory boards or boards of directors. Many of us do not. And we find that our TAN peers really become almost like a virtual advisory board where you can bring any topic, any challenge, and you get to work with people who have either navigated that before or are looking to do the same, and you can put your heads together. So that's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great to hear.
it's so I've been in the network for about 11 years, I think it is, something like that, 10 years. And yeah, no, it's just an amazing asset to be able to have at your fingertips really at any time. Well, anything else we should know about you, or should we just make sure we cover that over a margarita or something like that in Santa Fe?
Yeah, I think just outside, I love talking shop, love talking advertising. I can nerd out about it all day. If there's anybody else like looking for stuff outside of that, I have a 2-year-old girl. I can show you pictures all day. I like wine, skiing, and those are probably the big topics. If you're just like, we don't need to talk shop. What do you think? Show me pictures of your daughter.
That's awesome.
So
Well, Moses, thank you so much for a little bit of just a taste of who you are and what your agency is doing. We really look forward to seeing you in Santa Fe here at the end of this month, and we'll have a great few days together.
great. I look forward to seeing you and everyone else.